guys, it's Nicole, Indy's mum, and I am ambushing her Instagram to do our very first Feedback Friday. We are going to be talking about the Doghouse's Bedtime Biscuits today. And I think I'm just going to get straight into reviewing this, but you'll have to bear with me while I get into the swing of things. I'm recording this on my phone, and I have got 4 dogs, as you all know. We first came across the Doghouse at their craft stall last week, where they were marketing their range of supplementary treats. But the company was actually founded by Mark and Gillian Thompson back in 1994 as an activity, holiday and education centre facility designed for our canine companions. We're obviously here today to talk about the range of bedtime biscuits and how well they went down with Indy and her sisters, but I personally think it's really important to appreciate that these guys have their roots in canine enrichment. We bought the Bedtime Biscuits tin, which retails at $14.99 on their website, and actually a packet of refills as well, which retails at $9.99. Each packet came with 250 grams of bone-shaped biscuits inside, and I'm a little bit of a nerd, and I actually weighed several of these biscuits to get their average weight. I found their weights to be pretty consistent at about 4 grams per bone. So if you've got one average sized dog, that equates to about 62 nights worth of bedtime biscuits per packet. If you've got one indie-sized dog, it equates to about 124 nights worth of bedtime half biscuits per packet. If you allow $4.99 for the cost of the airtight tin, which actually looks really pretty on my bedside table, this actually works out at a really reasonable 16 pence per biscuit, which is super good value for money when you know what's actually inside them. Before we obviously get into the nitty-gritty of ingredients, I just need to take a moment to talk about how aesthetically pleasing this packaging is. A lot of dog-related products have very, loud packaging, if you know what I mean. Whereas the Doghouse Company have really separated themselves from the pack with this. I mean, their tin is a really tasteful light blue. Yeah, I'm sure someone would argue with me and say it's light green, but I'm going with light blue. On the bottom with a clear blue band, I'm sticking with the blue around the middle, and then a grey top with really clear and easy to read font on the front of it. And actually there's text on all sides, so they haven't wasted any space. They've made sure they've given you all the information that you need on the tin. I think the only place where there's no writing is the bottom, which is fair enough because nobody can see it anyway. And to be honest with you, I don't really think it would look out of place on any kitchen side or bedside table. Okay, so I was recording this and got interrupted by a phone call, so I'm not sure where I was. Oh, yeah, I was talking about how, I actually don't think this would look out of place on any sort of kitchen side, or actually even in the sitting room on like maybe one of the sideboards or something. I have my dog sleeping upstairs. I know some of you will cringe at that, but they're my babies. And I think it actually looks really pretty on my bedside locker. So I've probably repeated myself a little bit, but I'm sure you'll all forgive me as it's my very first review. Yeah, I obviously can't share a smell with you through the screen, but when I first opened the tin, the only way I can describe the smell was like goodness. Not like, like good, like yummy food. Well, not for people. My dogs obviously disagree, but I could just kind of tell by the smell that it was full of healthy, natural ingredients. Sometimes if you open like a lot of the high street branded treats, it just hits you with an artificial smell that's supposed to like mimic bacon or chicken. There's none of that when you open the packaging. It smells like healthy, like clean food. And anyone who actually knows me, or if you've been paying even attention to Indy's Instagram feed, you'll know that I like to feed my girls good clean food. So these biscuits actually fit in perfectly with that ethos. I'm not going to list out all of the ingredients because that would be boring and you guys can all look them up and read them yourselves. But, they contain tasty stuff like duck fat and duck gravy. So I think that's obviously what keeps the girls interested. But they also contain ingredients like green tea extract and chamomile, which is obviously included to aid relaxation. And I really have to say, I think it's been working for my girls. I mean, the puppies, although they're 8 months old now, normally you put them in their pen at night time and they think it's time to play. But actually, I mean, it's been maybe a week that I've been using these for, and they have just been getting in and going to sleep. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but I'd like to think these are working. What else do I want to cover off? Oh, this is a really cool part, obviously, which I haven't mentioned yet. Um, Michelle Roux was involved in creating the recipe for these biscuits, and I think he's been involved in creating recipes for a couple of their other ranges as well. I'm obviously assuming all of you know who Michelle Roux is. But for those of you who don't, I would strongly suggest that maybe you take a break from Instagram and do some Googling. But yeah, that's really cool. I mean, if I wasn't a vegetarian, I'd almost be tempted to try a biscuit just so I could say that I tried one of Michelle Roux's recipes. I think that's amazing. Um, this let me have a look at the sides of the tins that I spoke about a minute ago. Yeah, so they suggest that the biscuits can be used to help your dogs wind down and relax before bedtime, or to help keep them calm before encountering a potentially stressful situation. Personally, I've obviously just used these as a replacement for what we were giving our girls as a bedtime treat before, but I really can't even begin to tell you how well they're going down. I know I mentioned a second ago, all of our girls sleep in the bedroom with us. Indy and Daisy sleep in a pen, Twig has a bed, and Small Baby is special and she sleeps underneath my bed. She's a little bit odd. But yeah, this week I always say bedtime to them when it's time for bed so they know it's time to go upstairs. But this week they've literally been bolting up the stairs. The only time Twig really acts like that is normally if you say squirrel. Not that she's ever caught a squirrel. She's a Eurasian. She's not got that kind of speed. But yeah, they're all flying up the stairs. The puppies are bouncing to get into their pen. So I mean, it's been going really, really well. I've been feeding Twig and Small Baby. They've been getting a big biscuit each, so a full size biscuit. And the little ones have been getting half a biscuit each. So actually, if I work that out, I'm feeding them 3 a night, so I've got 124 biscuits. So that works out at 41 days. Yeah, so 41 days between 4 dogs. So I don't think that's bad going, if you ask me. I'm pretty pleased with that value for money, especially when the girls enjoy them so much and I know what they're getting is good for them. Like that gives me great peace of mind. Obviously I've checked with all the girls and I think we can probably safely say we would rate these bedtime biscuits a strong 4.5 paws out of 5. I guess the only really, there's always room for improvement on anything, but really the only suggestions we'd have is maybe if there was the introduction of some different size ranges. And although the girls absolutely love this flavor, it would be nice to see some different flavor ranges. I tend to humanize my dogs and think maybe they'll get bored, maybe they need more flavors. That might just be me projecting. But yeah, we will definitely be ordering these again. They've gone down a real treat. Pardon the pun, I can't believe I just did that in our house. And yeah, the girls have really, really enjoyed them. So I would strongly recommend them. If you've got any questions, obviously feel free to ask me. I'll pop details of the Doghouse's website in the description. Yeah, and I think that's all for this Friday's Feedback Friday. If you guys want to keep an eye out on Indie's story, you can obviously vote on what we review next week, and you will hear from me then. Thank you all very much.